Around the World in 80 Days. This popular adventure novel was written by Jules Verne. This is a story of Phileas Fogg of London and his French valet Passepartout, who attempt to travel the world in 80 days. Phileas would visit the popular Reform Club of London every day, where very rich people would come for a game of cards. One evening, the gentlemen at the club had an argument about traveling the world in 80 days. To this, Phileas Fogg replied, "I can cross the world in 80 days from end to end." Everyone laughed at this, cause at that time there were no planes. One could travel only through boats and trains. They were all surprised to hear this. After a long discussion, they all decided that if Phileas was ready to take this challenge, there would be a bet of £20,000 at stake. If he is able to complete the challenge in 80 days, he would win this bet and also the money. Phileas was ready to bet this whole amount of 20,000 all alone. On the other hand, there were 5 members who shared 4,000 each for this bet. Phileas knew it was his lifelong savings he has bet for this challenge, and the remaining £20,000 he would need to travel around the world. So the members of the club asked him, "When are you ready to start?" And he said, "Today itself." Surprisingly, they asked, "Don't you need any preparations to be done?" To this Phileas replied, "No, today is 2nd of October, and I will start tonight itself by the Dover train at 8:45 and be back here in 80 days on the 21st December. A statement of the deal was signed by all the 6 members. Phileas wrote a check and said, "Here, if I don't return in 80 days, you get this £20,000 as a wager of the bet." Phileas was very calm, and they continued playing cards. At 7 o'clock they asked, "Mr. Fogg, would you like to stop now and do some preparations for your journey?" He said, "No, I am fine." Phileas had won 25 guineas during his game of cards. At 8:75 he got up and collected the money and put it in his pockets. He bid farewell to his friends and returned home. Passepartout was Phileas Fogg's valet. He knew that his master never returns home before midnight from the club. He asked, "Master, it's not yet 12. Are you going anywhere?" Phileas replied, "Yes, we are going to travel the world." Passepartout surprisingly said, "Around the world?" Phileas added, "In 80 days." Passepartout was speechless and thought, "What is wrong with Mr. Fogg? He never went around even up to Paris. He hardly even travels. And now he is going to travel around the world, and that too in 80 days. Is he gone mad?" Phileas said, "We start tonight at 8:45 by the Dover train." Passepartout was surprised. "But how, master? How will I do the packing?" Phileas said, "Don't take the trunks. Just 2 pair of dresses for both of us, my raincoat, and wear a strong pair of boots. Although we will get to walk very less. Anything else needed, we will buy on our way." Passepartout got the bags ready in 5 minutes. Phileas took some journals for his travel and train records along with a guidebook. This would be useful for him during his journey. Phileas got the extra £20,000 to be spent during his travel and put it in the bags that Passepartout was holding and said, "Take good care of it." They both started by a cab to reach the station. When they got down, there was a beggar woman. She asked for money. Phileas reached to his pockets, took out all the money he had won from the cards, and gave it to that lady. He said, "I am pleased to meet you." Passepartout was filled with love and respect for his master, for looking at the love that he had shown to that beggar woman. At the train's platform, all the members of the club had come to see off their good friend Phileas Fogg. They again reminded, "Do you know when you're supposed to return back, Mr. Fogg?" To this Phileas said, "Yes, today is 2nd October, and I shall be back here within 80 days on the 21st of December. Till then, goodbye, my friends." Phileas and Passepartout boarded the train at 8:40. At 8:45, they were on their journey to travel around the world. It was dark outside. They both were sitting, and suddenly Passepartout said, "Oh no!" Phileas asked, "What's the matter?" Passepartout replied, "Master, in hurry, I forgot to switch off the lights of my room." Phileas laughed and said, "Don't worry, the gas will burn on your account." So this is how these two began their adventurous journey around the world in 80 days by Jules Verne.